This is Phillies Postgame Live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. 1-0 Houston. The Phils take it on the chin tonight, almost the worst possible way. Along with Ricky Pitalico, I'm Michael Barkan. I had Ranger Suarez at 91 pitches going into the bottom of the eighth inning. 91 pitches. The guy had pitched brilliantly. And this is fileless under. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You want Kirkering or Romano in there? No, let's keep the starter. And this kid Hummel, take a look at this. This kid Cooper Hummel, 4 major league seasons, 225 at bats, 4 home runs in his career, 4. Wait, check that. Make it 5. And that's what happens, Ricky Bo, on a full count.
He just stayed back on a pitch that was out over the middle of the plate. I mean, he kind of inside-outs this swing. It was just a pitch that was already elevated, gets the barrel to it, hits a home run. I got to tell you, I'm not. You're kind of getting on Rob Thomson here. Ranger was dealing. He gave up 1 run. This is not Rangers' fault.
Yeah.
This whole game is not Rangers' fault. The whole fault lays on the bottom of the Phillies order for not coming through with a hit. They went 0 for 6, the bottom of the order, with runners in scoring position. Those are the guys that have to flip the order. Those are the guys that didn't get it done. Why is Rojas batting against Hader there?
You could have fooled me.
If you want to play that game, I'll bring that up because that was a horrible swing.
Here's the other thing, and I thought this watching this game, and particularly in the late innings, where is Bryce Harper? And I know he's injured. That's where he is. But how much different would this game have been with a guy like Harper in there protecting everybody and hitting home runs potentially?
Horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. It doesn't matter, does it? I mean, Bryce Harper's not going to come out of being invisible and just kind of show up in the ballpark and say, "Here I am to save the day." Not happening.
We were just, that's Mighty Mouse, by the way, nice reference. We were just talking, though, in the pregame program about how the Phillies have done fairly well this go-round without Harper.
They have.
But that's got...
But this isn't the game. This isn't the situation. The situation was the bottom of the order today. It wasn't where Bryce Harper would be heading.
It's been the bottom of the order.
Okay, maybe the depth would look a little bit better. Edmundo Sosa was great a couple games ago. He wasn't today. Rojas was awful today. Kemp and
Kemp was 0 for. Sosa had 2 hits. Kennedy, old buddy,
0 for 4 for
he
Kennedy.
had 0 for 4. And Rojas,
I told you
0 for
before.
4.
I told you on pregame. I was a little surprised that he went with the whole right-handed lineup. Why? Because Valdez is worse against lefties. And I believe that. I saw the numbers. It was 260 against left-handed hitters and 210 against right-handed hitters.
Right. As you said, we cannot blame any of this on Ranger Suarez. How about the other guy, Framber Valdez, who also pitched a good game?
He pitched a good game, but he was kind of all over the place at times.
He had the walks. He had 4 walks.
Well, the one thing about him is that if he gets ahead in the count, he's got a devastating breaking ball that will put you away. And he kind of found that as the game moved on, and he got better and better. And the bad at-bats with the runners in score position really helped him out. I mean, if the Phillies put together one good at-bat, that could have turned the whole game around, but it didn't. I mean, bottom line is you hit with runners in score position, you win the game. You lost the game.
Yeah.
Not because of Ranger Suarez, not because of a move that Rob Thomson necessarily made, but you didn't hit with runners in scoring position.
So Phillies go down 1-0. They're 47-32. But here's the good news. There's a little silver lining in this. Mets lose. Phil's still 1.5 games up on the Mets in the National League East. Here's our eye on the mound going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Would you have 91 pitches at that point?
No, I would have given him a shot. Give him a shot to go back out there. I mean, let's face it, he's your best pitcher. You know, when you're looking at him or the bullpen, what is your first reaction? Oh, Ranger's my best guy. He seems like he's got this all figured out tonight. I'm going to stick with him. That's who I would have stuck with. I don't blame him for doing what he did. I would have given him an opportunity to get the last out there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he just can't do it. At one point, he had a perfect game. Then he had a no-hitter going, and they went by the boards. But It was exciting watching that unfold.
Gave up his first hit, in the fifth? Sixth inning.
Yeah, 6th inning.
Phillies probably could have been up 2, 3, 4-0 in this game. Instead, they found themselves in a scoreless tie. And when it comes down to that, it's just one pitch. You make one bad pitch, which is exactly what Ranger did. Ball flies out of the ballpark. Now you're going home unhappy.
Yeah. You know, when they win, of course, they're going to win the World Series. We're going to have a parade. When they lose, they're not going to make the playoffs. The sky is falling. I get all that. But when I said this to you in pregame, when you look at 6 through 9, don't you say somewhat, how are they winning these games? They're beating the Mets. They're beating the Cubs. They're beating other teams that have some pedigree. Is it just the starting pitching?
You said 6 through 9. Sosa's batting .290. I mean, Sosa's one of those guys that's a little different and probably shouldn't be thrown into this grouping. But Sosa also had a 3-for-4 game
over the weekend
at Citizens Bank Park over the weekend, and that counts for something. That's probably why he was getting more time here, and he still had 2 hits tonight. He was 2 for 3 in this ball game. I mean, you want to talk about Buddy Kennedy, you want to talk about Otto Kemp and Rojas, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what is the belief that they belong here for a long period of time or have been? I think sooner or later you're just looking for these guys to do something. I think the Phillies and their whole platoon situation, I don't like it. I haven't liked it all season long. I don't like the setup of the team in that type of situation, but it is what it is right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to change.
But I'll give you Sosa, but you still have a problem with 7, 8, 9, and they're essentially playing with 7 guys in the lineup that are really effective at the plate. That is somewhat concerning, especially as you're pointing, down the road a bit.
They had 4 hits. Sosa had 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, so I don't even know where to go with the rest of them. Nobody else was really hitting on this team. Schwarber had a couple at-bats, just missed a home run, but this was just a horrible offensive game. I mean, Framber Valdez is good, but he opened up the door a couple times in this game, and the Phillies couldn't kick that door down.
All right, let's stop all being maudlin and down.
You're doing it.
Okay, you know what? Topper's coming up next. Excitement.
Typical him.
He got to
just make some good plays. He's outstanding in the field.
Down to Houston to hear from Rob Thomson on tonight's 1-0 loss.
You guys were making Valdez work those first few innings, and it seemed like tonight was finally the night you get to him. What's going to change there?
Yeah, I thought our approach was pretty good. We weren't getting out of the zone very much early. We had opportunities in the second and third. It just didn't happen. Valdez made pitches when he needed to.
Rojas gets up 2 on the count against Hader there. Would you like to see him take a pitch? Especially since that one's out of the zone.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it was a strike, so you might as well waffle at it. You're not going to get too many good pitches to hit.
And I know it's left on left, but lefties have actually got Hader a little bit this year. Like, do you consider at all shooting the lefty there? No.
Ranger, what did you see from him early on?
Just making pitches. He was phenomenal. First pitch strikes, keeping them off balance. His command was outstanding. Got a lot of soft contact. I felt good about sending him back out in the 8th. He still had pitches left. I thought he was in command of the game. He just left a cutter up in the zone, in the middle of the plate. So that's the way it goes.
His reaction time on the mound defensively, is that just something you think is just natural in him? I mean, is that or is it just fielding practice, or is that more just?
No, I think it's pretty natural. He's a good athlete. He bounces around really well. He made a couple of nice plays tonight. Again, it just seems like every night there's 1 or 2 plays that are Ranger Suarez plays.
How they enter the day high OPS against lefties. How rare is it to have a lefty who has like 5 pitches that you throw to right-handed hitters? 5 different pitches.
Yeah, it's rare. But like I said before the game, our 3 guys are kind of used to seeing right-handed hitters, so they've adjusted really well and kept them off balance.
And there was a lot of talk about Ranger's role earlier in the year, but I mean, how valuable has he been to your rotation, considering what he's given you? He's
been huge. He's going. You can pretty much book 6 or 7 innings every time. That's how you feel going into the game, and he's just been incredible. It really has.
Loss, but is that one a little extra tougher since you pitched so well and really just 1 or 2 runs with that?
Well, yeah, I mean they're all tough. You get shut out 1-0, it's a tough loss, but hey. We got to put it behind us and get back here tomorrow and win a ball game.
Here's Ranger in the clubhouse.
Did the pitch go where you wanted it to go?
Opening.
You wanted up.
It was up and away, I think.
And how much does it sting? You make maybe 1 mistake in 7 2/3 innings, and take the loss?
Es béisbol. Obviamente no se puede fallar ningún picheo en este nivel y mira, pagué las consecuencias con el picheo que falló.
It's just baseball. I mean, you can't miss pitches at this level, and I paid for it. See what happens on that pitch.
What kind of additional challenge does it present when they're 1 through 9 righties?
¿Qué otro tipo de desafío hay cuando hay del 1 a 9 derecho todo en el lineup?
No. Siempre ya estoy acostumbrado a que me pongan, no hagan un zurdo en el line-up. Siempre trato de localizar mis picheos y tener un contacto suave.
No, nothing. I think I'm used to it not having lefties against me anymore, so I just try to locate every single pitch and, just go for it.
Were you using a different glove there toward the end?
Sí, yo tengo guante diferente hoy.
Sí, usé el de Sánchez hoy, así un Wilson, pero no le llegué, no lo veo a la Raúl. Olvidé mis guantes en Filadelfia, pero Sánchez me prestó uno de ellos.
Yeah, I used Sanchez glove today. I mean, a Wilson glove. I hope the Ronnie doesn't get too mad at me today. I just forgot my gloves back in Philly.
Forgot your glove. So what was the harder play? The line drive like toward your head or the line drive like at your
Both.
crotch?
Las dos fueron tuve un poquito de miedo con las dos porque una ahí y la otra en la cara, entonces las dos.
I mean, both plays were really tough, and I got scared on both because first play, right, it's going to the crotch, and then the next one to the face, so it's like it was scary.
Ranger, when you're through 5 on only 50 pitches, no hits, are you aware of that? Is that something you're thinking about in the 6th inning ball?
Cuando tú estás en el quinto inning, que pasaste por el quinto inning 50 picheos sin hit, ¿eso te pasa por la cabeza o tú simplemente sigues pidiendo?
No, solo quería minimizar los lanzamientos para ir lo más profundo en el juego.
No, not at all. I just wanted to, thrust, the minimum amount of pitches on every inning, so I could just go as far as I could during the game.